Hey, what's up, everyone? It's Mark. I know it's been an extremely long time since I did a video. My wife and I had a baby girl. We bought a house and moved out to the suburbs from the city. Um, so there's been a lot going on the past few months. I have a backlog of gear though I want to get to and I want to review. A lot of you watched this video when I reviewed the awesome Micro Terra from Orange. I love this thing. It's great. I love to throw it in a gig bag as like a backup if something happens with my main amp. It's such a great little product. But they just came out with this one, which is the Orange Micro Dark, which is the same exact size as the original Micro Terra. Same controls, although instead of tone now, it's a shape control. You can pretty much just scoop the mids out one way or the other. It's definitely a little bit different from the tone knob on the Micro Terra. Still has the gain, volume, the headphones, and also the headphones, you run it into your computer. It's an emulated speaker cabinet output, which I'll get to once we get to the audio. Again, there's one 12AX7 preamp tube. I'm not really sure if you can see that in there or not, but it's a single tube preamp and then a solid state power amp, and it puts out 20 watts, but it is surprisingly loud. Just like the Micro Terra, this will push a 4x12 cabinet with no problem whatsoever. One of the awesome new features on the Micro Dark is that it now has a buffered effects loop on the back. So, you can throw your reverb and delays in there and have those, mixed in pretty well with the amp, so you don't have to run everything into the front where things can get a little bit muddy. But yeah, enough of me talking about this. I'll fire them up and go through some sounds. Oh, one other thing to point out, it still uses the same power adapter as this guy. For those of you that did watch this video on the Micro Terra, that was one of my biggest gripes about this, was the power adapter. Since it has an external transformer, it's basically like a laptop adapter, and it just feels like, it's very flimsy. You trip over that thing, this will go flying. But whatever, what are you gonna say? It's $180 for this head, so you can't complain too much. But again, enough of me. I'm gonna get into playing them now, see how they sound. Okay, here we go. So I have the Micro Dark plugged into the, I think it's the PC108 or whatever the name of the cabinet is from Orange, but it's basically just their an 8-inch speaker. It's designed to match these cabs. They have one that comes in black if you want to match it perfectly to the head, but it's the same exact thing, just different color. But I'm running a 50s reissue Strat into the amp. I have it mic'd with a Shure or a Sennheiser E609, I believe. Here's just the clean. And I'm on the neck pickup on the Strat. So let me adjust the knobs a little bit. I'm going to raise the gain up to about halfway, turn the volume down. Okay, so I raised the gain up to halfway, so I have the volume, looks like it's about like 2 or 3. some nice lead crunch, lead tones there. I'm going to raise the gain up a little more. We'll go to about 3 o'clock. Forget how hard it is to bend on a 50s reissue Strat. And I'm just going to dime the gain. Again, I'm playing with a single coil guitar. So we'll see what this is. Again, this volume is only on about 2, and the gain's dimed. Definitely a little much for me as far as the gain goes. I'm gonna get it back to like a nice cleanish tone. Okay, so one of the questions I got asked a lot in the last review of the Micro Terra was how it handles pedals. Being that it's a solid state power amp, it's definitely not going to react the same way as like a full tube amp would. But I have my pedal board connected, so I'm going to kick on a few different pedals to see how they sound. So again, this is clean. We'll click on the Archer. And then the Blackout Effectors Blunderbuss. So it was more of the Archer was more of a boost. Then you had the Blackout Effector Fuzz. Here's just the Oddfellow Effects Caveman Drive. So, I think it's definitely not a full tube amp, but I think it definitely handles the pedals kind of well. The Archer, maybe not so much, but definitely the fuzz and the Oddfellow effects. Let's see what else we can kick on. Here's the full tone Octafuzz. Okay, so back to just running it clean. There's no pedals on in the front, but now I'm gonna kick on the TC Electronic Hall of Fame in the effects loop on the amp. Adjust these settings a tad. So, I mean, for $180, I don't think you can go wrong. No, it might not be everybody's cup of tea, but it's definitely a fun little amp to mess around with. Like I said, it's great to keep one of these in the pocket of a gig bag as an emergency backup if your main amp goes down. You can even, if you have like a larger pedal tray and pedal board, you can even mount one of these on the pedal board and just be good to go. Again, you can have it on as a backup, even use it as your main amp, depending on like the size of your cabinet, and if you're going to be miking everything and the size of the gig. But $180, I'm sure they're going to go down in price around the holidays. I believe the cabinet is around $100 or so. I typically run this in a larger cabinet, like the Ignitor 112. I've tried these with 4x12s and they sound ridiculous. There's videos online of people having them pushing 412 cabinets and they sound great. But any other questions, hit me up, get back to me. Just give me your thoughts. Rip apart my playing as usual. But yeah, just hit me up with any other questions or anything you want to hear. I'll put together another video comparing the two of them directly side by side just so you can hear some of the minor differences. Talk to you guys later.